Hello everyone, welcome to something different, something new, came out just 2.5 weeks ago. This is Roll. It's in the kind of clicker genre of games, but it's kind of got some strategy elements and kind of roguelike elements, although you can't fail roll, so not quite so much, but let me show you what we're doing here. Let this fade out. So we have 2,500 rolls to rack up as many points as possible using our dice. We gain points by rolling dice by hitting the spacebar, and we purchase upgrades in the shop. But be careful, because our final score will be however many unspent points we have at the end of the game. We have to decide when we want to stop buying and just keep rolling. So we start with just our 1d6, and it was 6, which is great. If we click on this dot up here, it will take us to the shop, so we can see that we can buy a +1 to one of our faces for 66, a +3 for 174, and then all of this stuff is locked, but for 780 we can unlock higher upgrades and gain an additional dice. And then over on this screen we can see the nets of all of our dice that we have. So currently we just have one standard d6. So if we get back to rolling, 6 again, we're very lucky. 1 averages that out. So we have to think about when we want to start spending. So I think first of all we're going to prioritize a single +3 and then the shop upgrade. So let's get some rolls behind us. There's what, like 173 or something? And we'll take that +3, and then we get to choose where we want to put it. And so I think strategically we want to make the biggest number that we can on a single dice, so that when we get things like multipliers, they have a higher chance of hitting a giant number. So we'll make that 6 into a 9. That is now spent and purchased. We can't just keep buying them for 0. And we have these 2 other upgrades remaining, and we want to get to 780. So now we have a chance that we'll never see. There we go. Rolling a 9 like that. So we want to get up to 700s. So let's just crank on that spacebar, by which I mean crank on my right mouse click, which I have bound to spacebar. And we're going to spend a couple of 100 dice rolls here getting to our first shop upgrade. Then once we get that first shop upgrade, I think things are really going to start to get interesting and varied. It's 780 we need. Alright, let's just race to that then. This game kind of reminds me of things like Mini Metro. Kind of a bit more stress in Mini Metro, but just kind of the calm, serene, solve a problem as it arises kind of thing. So we now have 2 dice. And if we hop back to our shop, we can reroll once for free. And now we have all of these other kinds of upgrades. So a numeric face replaces a face die with a 7. Adjacency reroller replaces a die face of your choice with an adjacency reroller. When rolled, this face will cause all orthogonally adjacent dice to be rolled again additional times according to the amount specified. Does not stack with other reroll effects. So if we can put that next to a dice that's got big numbers on it, we have a chance of getting that large numbered dice twice, which seems good to me. So we have our regular dice that we've put this up to 9, and our regular d6 net there. So now what do we want to aim for? A +8 is pretty good. So let's get some cash behind us. And now of course we're rolling both of those dice every single time. Part of me is tempted to just kind of tell the mouse every time I click it once, give me like 5 spacebar presses or something. I'm sure you could min-max this to the nth degree, but I'm quite happy with how we are right now. Let's take a +8. And let's put that on this number. So that's now 14. And let's try and get to 1451 and get to our ultimate level of shop, I think. As you can see, we're just flying through the increases now. Right, so that's 1,000. We are almost 500 clicks into our 2,500 total. 1451. I don't think we need to invest in any of these yet. So we'll just go for that 1451 shop upgrade. Very nearly there. And there we have our shop upgrade, and that will give us a third dice. Is it going to go on the left? It is. We don't get to decide where the dice goes, it just kind of fills its impending slot. And we have 4 free rerolls, so we can reroll this again. And now we have these 2 unlocks. This is still locked, so I guess there is one more tier of shop upgrade. So let's see what we've got. Single face multiplier. Replaces a dice face with your choice of a singular face multiplier. When rolled, this face will have the value of the highest number times the multiplier. Example roll result, 1445 this. Then this equals 5 times the multiplier. Die quantity multiplier. Replaces a die face with your choice of die quantity multiplier. When rolled, this face will have the value of quantity of dice times multiplier. So if we put that on like a 99, we would get 10 times 99 each time we rolled it, but we don't have any dice nearly that high yet. Die adder. Replaces a die of your choice with a die adder face. Every 50 times this face is rolled, it will add a new standard die. That sounds really good if we do it early. Add a half incrementer die. Adds a die with all ones with half increments on every face. Increases the value of the face every other time it is rolled. Add dice less than 13. Adds a random dice with dice faces of 1 through 12. Well, we're going to need some funds before we can start doing all that stuff. So let's start clicking with our 3 dice. Let's go to 1950 and see how we're doing. $750. Not nearly enough for any of these upgrades. The +10 seems reasonable, especially if we do it with some of these multipliers on that. But I think getting the die adder as early as possible is going to mean we're going to get more dice, which is going to mean we're going to be able to generate more money as we go. So I think we're going to go for that. And I've already forgotten what value that was. $3,182. That's heaps. I'm sure I'm not really understanding most of the different variables on these, but we'll learn in time. 3152. Alrighty. So, replaces a dice face with your choice of a dice face adder every 50 times it's rolled. So, we'll buy that. Oh, it's 3182, not 52. So close. There we have it. So, we'll buy that. And we get to choose which face we will replace. Obviously, we will change a 1 because we're not interested in 1s. So every 50 times we roll that 1, we will get extra dice added to our game. Die quantity multiplier replaces a die face with your choice of a die quantity multiplier. When rolled, this face will have the value of quantity of dice times multiplier. Sure, let's just start experimenting. I'd like to see, so that's times 50. Is it going to show times 49 next time? We never saw it again. It still says times 50, so that will just happen when it decides to happen. So let's chew up some money. Some funds. Right, what can we do with this? Times 3. Single face multiplier. Replaces a dice face with your choice of a single face multiplier. When rolled, this face will have the value of the highest number times the multiplier. Okay, so it's the highest number on that dice. So if the dice has 1, 4, 4, 5 and this, or it's the highest number that we roll of all of our dice. I think it's that. So I'm going to take that and we're going to put it here because we don't want to roll the multiplier of these dice. We want these to be multiplied. So we'll put it there and see how that goes. Have I understood this right? I'm not sure I have. Still, we're making good numbers. At some point we'll probably want to upgrade our shop again to find out whatever these ultimate unlocks are. And let's get a plus 10 on this guy. Keep trying to build up those individual dice. And let's get to 3,700 and we'll unlock one more die and the best shop. I assume the best shop. And at some point I'm just expecting a fourth dice to just randomly appear. I'm going to really regret this mouse clicking decision if it's really loud on the mic later on, but it's too soon to tell now. Right, we got our random proc of roll that thing 50 times, which is cool. It was 3623. Awesome. So let's get ourselves a shop upgrade and a fifth dice, presumably below and across. Yep. And we can re-roll for free. What is this? Triple re-rolls. When you roll triples, roll all 3 dice 2 additional times. Does not stack with other re-roll effects. So triples seems good, but how are we going to get 3 valuable dice to be the same? I guess you just want 3 99s in that case. Replaces a die face of your choice with a face wild. When rolled, this face will have the same value as your best die face. This includes any multiplicative die faces. Adds a dice with faces 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And adds a standard dice for 4K. So we could just buy a bunch of dice here. And we can unlock higher quality shop upgrades. So even though we have all 9 things available to us, we can upgrade again. Let's go down to 1,300 and see how we're doing there. 1,325. That'll be fine. So we could get the 22 and the 18. Adds face value to itself. on a face of your choice, adds the face value to itself, effectively multiplies the chosen face value by 2. Can only be used on dice with numerical values. So if we buy this 22 and put it on this 19... Oh, it didn't add it, it just made it a 22. That was a great big waste of money, wasn't it? Right, let's take this 18 then and replace this 1. I'm sure I'm doing this terribly now. Let's take the +5, put it on the 22. I just want a couple of numbers to get to 99 is the ideal scenario. Let's re-roll a few times, see if we find anything we really like the look of. Adds a lock to a dice of your choice. A locked dice cannot be modified and will not produce anything for the numbers. Will not produce anything for the number of rolls. After those rolls, the dice will become unlocked and duplicate itself. That seems really bad for where we are right now. Adds a reroll to a dice face. Rerolls the die every time the face is rolled. Does not stack with other rerolls. Just a numeric face. Multi-face multiplier. Replaces a dice face of your choice with a multi-face multiplier. When rolled, this face will have the value of the most common number times the number of occurrences times the multiplier. This is getting too complicated. Maybe a bit late for another die adder. Add, oh that's huge. Add a dice with faces 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. There's 2 of those. Number divided by 5 reroll. When you roll a numeric value divisible by 5, the die will be rerolled 2 additional times. Does not stack with other reroll effects. So we want to buy that and both of these at the same time, which is about 30,000. Can we work up to 30,000 points relatively easily? It's going to take a while to get to 30,000. Can we get ourselves any help to get there faster? There's nothing really cheap here. Reroll a dice face when rerolled does not stack with other rerolls. So if we put that on our highest value dice, then if we hit that dice, it will re-roll itself and we get multiple values from it, I think. Yeah, so something came out of this after this was rolled. I'm also expecting another random dice to just appear at some point soon. Man, 30,000 seems so far away. But I guess it's going to be like a compounding snowballing effect, isn't it? Once we buy this 30,000's worth of stuff, everything's just going to pop off real fast. Let's replace a 1 with an 8. Right, we're just going to go now until we hit, what was it, 30,000, 40,000? This could be a huge mistake. I might have been better just re-rolling and looking for more better things rather than committing to this one idea, but let's see how it pans out. Did you know you can change the length of the pause between re-rolls? Show me this. Click on increment. I don't know what that is. Roll change. Roll pause. None. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so much faster. Alright, well we've had 60% of our dice rolls. I think we gained another dice. So we can buy these now and have them contribute to the gathering of funds for the other things, because the numbers won't change. So let's add a dice. And then all the results of that dice will help fund the other 2 dice that we want. Yeah, we got to that 9,000 way faster. So then give me one of these. And then we need, what, another 11,000? 11 and a half. I'm going to try and preserve some clicks now. Alright. So we take, when you roll a numeric dice divisible by 5, the die will be rolled 2 additional times. So that's a passive that goes for all of our dice. So these 2 in the top that are always a nomination of divisible by 5, they always get rolled twice extra, which is huge. And we should also re-roll our shop now. $99, but goes down a number every 2 rolls. Adds dice booster die. Adds a dice face. Adds a dice with dice faces of DQ times 10, DQ times 10, DQ times 10, DQ times 10, DQ times 20, and die plus. Die quantity equals die quantity multiplier. Die plus equals die adder. I don't know what those things mean. Adds a dice of faces number 100 to 12, triple bonus. The value of all triples will be increased by the bonus percentage. Will not occur if the die is included in a Yahtzee bonus. What's a Yahtzee bonus? What's this flag for? I don't know what this flag is for. Adjacency reroller. Replaces a dice face with rerolls. Let's do that. And let's put it on this guy, because we want these top left and top right dice to be rolled more frequently. Then I think I would like to find out what this thing does. So we need 20,000 for that. See, minutes ago we were having issues getting to 10,000. Now we are not. Right, this is a total mystery to me now. I still feel like we haven't quite popped off incredibly yet. We're not going to see any triples. Add 6 increments. Adds an incrementer to every face on a die. Increases its value every time it's rolled. I wish I'd had that way ago. So let's put that on, not these, because we want those to stay on their round numbers. Let's put it on that one, because that one's next to re-rollers. Add multiplier. Adds a multiplier to a dice face of your choice. The value of this dice will be multiplied by the specified amount whenever it is rolled. Well, we want that on 60. So that'll be 600 when that rolls. See, now we're seeing the really big stuff. question is, when do we stop rolling and when do we start trying to just build score? Because the more we spend, the less likely we are, or like, you can only invest in yourself for so long. Let's add incrementers to something. Oh, it's an incremented die. So these are just going to keep growing. Yes, they are. That's interesting. And this is really cheap now. I should have been paying more attention to that as we gained more dice earlier. This item is locked. To unlock more items, you need to upgrade the shop and refresh the stock. Well, we'll upgrade. I guess maybe we've upgraded as best we can. Yahtzee bonus. The value of all Yahtzees will be increased by the bonus percentage. But I don't know what a Yahtzee is. Is Yahtzee all numbers different? Because it can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, surely. Does the settings tell me what a Yahtzee is? No? Well, I mean, the simple thing is to just buy it, right? Buy it and hope for wonderful things, especially when the percentage is 1000%. Add die copy. Adds a copy of an existing die of your choice. That's very interesting. Also, this is very good because we have multipliers on increments of 5, so we should buy that. So this wasn't a Yahtzee because we had 1s and 2s. 1, 2, oh, we had 2 4s. 2 6s. 2 6s. 2 bunch of 2s. Or is a Yahtzee 5 of a kind? I'm going to check what a Yahtzee is. A Yahtzee is 5 of a kind. I wish I had known that sooner. So, in which case, we are almost certain to not get that. Let's put this 95 here, sure. So if we had a bunch of 99s, that would be really good. Because if you can get 99s, that's what you want. These add weight, so you can have a weighted dice. But the problem with this is we're so late into the game. Things like, if you have the weighted dice on the multiplier dice that we have, sorry, the ones that the faces, when seen 50 times, will produce more dice. We could have been making way more dice because we'd see those way more frequently. But it's a bit late for those now. Dice with random dice values between 1 and 99. The value of all prime numeric faces will be increased by the bonus percentage. Sure. Adds a weight to a dice of your choice. The weighted face is much more likely to roll. Limit 1 weight per dice. Do we think we'll crack 1 million? Probably not, right? I'm sure the scores will get into the billions if you know what you're doing. So where are we going to put weights? These are the cells that we want to see frequently. Let's put it on this 60 because that's 60 times 10. And this one can go on the 95. So we should see those guys more often now. Let's buy a 35, why not? Put it on this one here. And a 63. Everything seems so cheap now. Go on that. Restock. Die quantity single face multiplier. Upon purchase, die quantity faces can be affected by multipliers which target a single face. Single face multipliers will no longer target any numerical values, only die quantity faces. Multipliers attached to a face can now additionally target die quantity. It's so many words that I don't really comprehend. copy of a dice. I don't even know what dice we would copy right now. We can get to 100,000 in 40 clicks, it seems, give or take. Replaces a die of your choice with a multiplier when rolled. This face will have the value of all dice times multiplier. This includes single multiple face multipliers, but excludes others. So we want one of these to times 4 of everything, if that's what I take away from that. That seems really good if that is how that works. Let's go to 400 rolls and see what we want to do with this. Adds these boosters that I don't understand. Multi-face multipliers. Rerolls, booster dice, adds a small dice, run multiplier. When you roll a run, 3 or more consecutive numbers, the value of all dice in the run will be multiplied by the highest number in the run. Example roll result. 2, 3, 4, 5 becomes 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 times 5. So if you could get like 98, 97, 96, that would be huge. But I don't think we're going to be able to get something like that going. More Yahtzee bonuses. Oh, we can't buy that again. We've already bought that once. Keeps being like little clicking noises of one kind or another, and I'm never sure what is procking when that noise appears. Random dice with 1 through 50. Places a dice face of your choice with a multiplier. When rolled, this place will have the value of all dice. So let's put 2 times on a dice that isn't this 4 times. And what we also want to do is take this weight and put it on this 4x. And if we could find more weights, that would be ideal. Because we can put the weights on the 2x, so we can maybe get 8x stuff. And then we can do the same for a 3x and a weight. Let's see if this works out. Yeah, that seemed pretty big. So 3x is 140 plus 8 more, so we need 150k. Again, at some point we have to decide when to just stop rolling. So we're putting a 3x somewhere. For example, there. And then we're buying the weight. We can't afford it. 8k more. Putting that on the 3x. Now we are almost completely spent, so let's get some more scratch together. So we're between like 4,000 and 10,000 a roll, give or take. that's 300 rolls remaining. I'm not, we've already had that multiplier. When you roll a numeric dice divisible by 2, the die will be re-rolled an additional time. So that is all of the numbers on this dice and that dice, and every alternate number on this dice. This guy's capped out at 99. Let's do that, because then we get extra re-rolls on all of those. Not going to add a copy of a dice. 85 seems like we want it somewhere because it's divisible by 5. Put it here, I guess. This kind of whole bottom right side is just kind of odd passive stuff. Add face value to itself. On a face value of your choice, add it to itself. So if we've got like a 45 somewhere, the 50s would turn to 99, but they wouldn't re-roll themselves. 40 would become 80. Seems like the best bet. Because 50 would become 99, and then those aren't divisible by 5 anymore. Alright, let's see if we can tally up anywhere close to 1 million yet. There's 100,000. Let's do 10 more. About 60,000. About 50,000. You're running low on rolls, yes. At some point we must decide to actually just start rolling rather than spending, but now is not yet that time, I think. Add a copy of a dice. Face multiplier times 10. A 95 seems good. Let's put that somewhere like this. Triples bonus. The value of all triples will be increased. Are we making triple 99s yet? I doubt it. We've got 99s on here. That's going to get there soon, but none otherwise. Yahtzee increase if we can get 5 of a kind. Not seeing stuff that I want here though. Unless we saved up loads and tried to add a bunch of... If we could get the Yahtzee bonus and then add 5 dice that are all 99s that all de-increment by 1 in routine with one another. I'll take another times 3. Let's put that on dice that aren't these multiplier ones. And let's spend 25 and see where we're at. That's 26. 250,000. Let's put a weight on whatever our highest unweighted multiplier is. It's going to be this 3. Add a standard dice at this point seems unnecessary. Multiple of 5 and another weight though seems worthwhile. 500,000 and another 50,000 on top. So, times 5 on a dice that does not have a multiplier yet. Guess we're going to go with this. And then we want the weight. 4k more. That was a small one, wasn't it? There you go. Put the weight on times 5. And now we probably need to think about accumulating a bunch of score. So let's see how we do. Well, it looks like we're going to make 1 million. Is there anything we want to spend on in our last 75 spins? Probably nothing that's going to give us enough value to warrant spending it. But let's look through these free rerolls. I don't even know if I could get 2.6 mil to copy a dice before then. When you roll a numeric value divisible by 5, all numeric values on the die will be increased by 5. That seems incredible. But it's 1.9 million. If we buy that in a few turns' time, will we completely shoot ourselves in the foot and not be able to get back to the heights of the score we have? With 50 rolls to go. What did we say it was? 1.9 million? It's probably not worth it at this later stage. Yeah, there's no way we can pull that off. We'd just spend everything never to recoup it again. He says, double checking exactly how much it would be. When you roll a numeric value divisible by 5, all numeric values on the die will be increased by 5. So what we would see is these dice all trend upwards to 99. And then if we had another one of these, we would be so close to getting the Yahtzee bonus for 99s everywhere. But I just don't think we can afford it now at this point. Because we'd spend everything we have now and then have like 20 turns left to try and recoup it, which I don't think is going to happen. So let's just roll out. And our final dice roll, 2.215 million. Didn't I just say 2.215? I'm not sure, but we now have a high score, 2.2 million. How do we stack up? Very poorly. We're 930th. Well, join me again. We'll see if we can't beat ourselves on 2.2 million. These will be going up in the 9 AM slot on some weekdays, I suppose, until I get really, really bored of just pressing the spacebar over and over again. But I enjoyed this. I like the slight mental challenge, and if we can figure out how these mechanics work, that'll be interesting. If you enjoyed this video, please tell me that you did, because then I'll keep making them. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.